kill boss with after inflicting 3 different status is in the middle. That's a good one.
So
I
Great
see
Katana.
some-
This is gonna be a game of chicken. I
Oh,
feel like between
Bloodfiend's
these two.
arm. Wait, Great Katana? Bloodfiend's arm.
Great Katana row 5.
Oh, it's the same column as well. Okay. I see it's very mid-game-ish, I feel like, but there is a lot of early game. I mean, there is Ashes of War, Verticris Discus again, Legendary Ash. There's a lot of collecting. 3 shields here. Not a lot of boss fights. I do see the 3 different status effects and the Black Knight boss square working really well with each other. Yeah. Blessing of America is also collecting. I feel like it's a really good board for them. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not a bad board at all. I do think that there's going to be some really interesting choices on here. We have some rushable things for sure. We got Black Knight Boss, we got Inflicting Statuses, we got DLC Ashes of War as a pickup, Legendary Ash Summon, Great Katana and Blood Fiend selling. We got Verdigris Discus. We got some really interesting options here for the late game. And then I think just looking at this, definitely maybe pushing into a little bit of Ancient Dragon Man this time around. We have Blessings of America as well here. Row 4, column 2. Hey, this is going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be interesting.
Did you cut out?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm right here.
I feel like the very latest squares is the ceiling, burning the ceiling tree, maybe the frenzy NPC. But that's also it. I feel like what I like about this board is that many squares do have some synergy with each other. Like, for example, there is also a Death Knight, but there's also a clear 2 Catacombs, which is pretty cool. Then you have a Demi-Human Marika, which is close to one of the perfume bottles, and we do have collecting the perfume bottles. So I feel like wherever you go, you do get something, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I do agree here. We have 40 seconds left on the clock here. I don't know which ones the players are both prioritizing when it comes to weapons. I'm assuming the Great Katana, although I've kind of convinced Pooh to go for backhand blades, depending on the board. So we'll see if he actually leans into that. With selling Great Katana on the board, I think he might lean into selling the Great Katana and going for those backhand blades. Sweat, however, I'm not too sure. Pooh rocking some armor. Sweat not having some Rotten Sword Insignia armor instead. So maybe actually, or not armor, sorry, Rotten Sword Insignia talisman. So I think actually both are leaning into possibly selling the Great Katana here.
Yep, maybe. Pooh also, again, has a daytime, didn't make it nighttime. I hope that is not hurting him later. Is here, both are focusing on the Blessing of America. Both going for it straight right away. And was that not like also the last time on the board for Pooh? The very first square he went for, where he unfortunately did a desktop quit out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was very first square. It really comes down here to the line. I don't know if he maybe rewatched the match with blanks and maybe learned a little bit of the perfect lining here, but this looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks like he's actually ahead of V-Split right now.
Yeah, a little bit, yes. He just needs to make sure that he avoids the slow falling down with Torrent. You do want to jump instead. You actually want to... Oh, V-Split caught up here, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the nighttime. The nighttime's definitely going to matter here.
Yeah,
V-Split spent all this money, by the way, whereas Pooh does have money for upgrades. So they're both going to be grabbing this. But yeah, here it is again. That nighttime kicking in for V-Split, going to be able to port right away where Pooh has to quit out instead. Faster quit outs, though, from Pooh. This is really good. He's been getting some practice on those quit outs, which in the early in the season, we've seen him try to do quit outs, and those did not turn out too well. So that was actually a really, really nice one. Now, I think, after a while, you just kind of get that muscle memory going, which is awesome.
Yes. Yeah. It's just the only thing is, like, I remember him also saying that he himself said he fucked up at the beginning and didn't make it nighttime for the blessing, and now once again it's the first square and he didn't make it nighttime for the blessing.
I think that's why he shook his head in the very beginning. I don't know if you saw that at the fog wall, right before the fog wall dropped, he like shook his head.
Really?
So I think he was like, I didn't make it nighttime.
Yeah, probably realized it then a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. I think V-Split is forcing that, so he's going now for the gravestone skip here near Scorched Runes. Pooh picking up here a hefty pot. since we have 5 hefty pot square on the board.
Oh, this is okay.
Yeah, let's see.
This is really weird. So V-Sweat not even grabbing backhand blades or Great Katana, going straight for the graveyard skip into the pillar cross grace near TLEA. Whereas now Pooh is doing the same exact thing.
Oh yeah, they're really forcing that blessing. I mean, the cool thing about this is you can just wait, because if your opponent sells the Great Katana, then you can just grab it and use it for yourself, right? Don't necessarily need. I feel like if there's Great Katana, you can just go for backhand blades. It's a really, really strong weapon. Good skip here from Pooh. You almost got it.
Oh, why did he pull back?
Oh, this is a jump. I jinxed it. That's on me.
He pulled back for some reason. Oh,
no. He missed it again.
This is where he should just pivot. He should just pivot here, to be honest.
Yeah. Immediately go maybe backhand blade, sell the Great Katana, maybe sell the Blood Fiend's arm as well. Just don't go for blessings anymore. It takes too long, Pooh. Go for something else. Because V-Sweat is already at the Olivier.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of a hard time with his graveyard skip. Whereas Swed now currently already at the Grace, going to be grabbing that Skidoo fragment, going to be going for a TLEA skip right afterwards. He's definitely quite far ahead compared to Pooh on this.
Yippee.
There it is, though. Pooh getting that graveyard skip down.
Okay. So I hope for Pooh that he's maybe just grabbing a Grace now after this and just really goes somewhere else, that does something else. I mean, there is... I mean, there is a... I feel like I could go for the Katana with the 3 status effects and Night Boss and just don't sell it. Technically, you could do it +0, right? Just takes a bit longer, but you could get those squares and then sell it afterwards. Since the Katana is so good for the Black Knight boss.
Yeah.
But
not grabbing the Ancient Dragonman Grace or the Egon Grace. And doesn't know where the drop down is exactly. Trying to make sure he doesn't screw it up.
I don't think that's it. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Scared me a little bit there, but we got it. But yeah, Sweat already, almost at Fort Reprimand already. Going to be jumping up here. Going to be grabbing that Blessings of America. This is going to be not a bad thing necessarily for Pooh, though.
There it is.
There's the marking. Is because now, even though it got sniped in this case, he can just go straight back. And yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's like, okay, you know what? I can just go for this right away. Swed now going to be jumping down, jumping back up here to go for the Grace right after the Omen Killer and prepping some other things here, while Pooh can go for his weapon, can go for Great Katana, going to go sell it.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think this is a good call from Pooh. Nice pivot.
Yep. Which means if that's happening, probably V-Sweat is gonna focus and tries to go for the Great Katana. He is going down here into the basement from Reprimand to pick up the Rune of America for 80k. For what do we need a lot of runes? Is there something where we need a lot of runes at the beginning?
Sure. Not really, besides upgrading.
Did he not buy upgrade stuff? Because he's now going to Round Table.
Armor?
Oh, to buy the armor. Okay. He's buying the armor. And...
Oh, he didn't have enough for stones either. I guess he bought a bunch of like talismans and physic tears or something. I don't know.
Oh, he has one talisman equipped. It looks like the...
Rod Sword Insignia and Lord
Blood.
He
got the Rotten Winged and the Exaltation, the Blood Exaltation. So yeah,
Pooh
that's very expensive.
Back here now though, and going for TLEA skip, not getting the Great Katana.
Huh.
That is interesting.
And V-Sweat is now going for Scorched Runes, probably working towards the Great Katana now. I'm not sure though if he goes also for the backhand blades.
Yeah, I mean,
and he's probably gonna sell that right away, right? The Katana.
Yeah, because if you have Rotten Sword Insignia and you have Lord Blood Exaltation, you're most likely going to be going for that Black-White Blade, Backhand Blades combo.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that Pooh did not go to sell at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But okay, well, Swed picks up the weapon and pivots right away as well. Goes straight to Fort Reprimand. Both not selling the Great Katana.
That's good for Pooh. I'm wondering if Sweat gonna go for maybe Dane? Would that make sense? I don't think that would. Would that make sense? No.
I don't know exactly
No, it
what's
wouldn't make
going on,
sense.
to be
No.
honest.
Yeah, what's going on here?
If they did buy greases, that would have been good for the 3 statuses. You could do backhand blades and greases for Dane. That wouldn't be the worst idea.
I mean, Svet could also just push really hard and maybe goes for the Mausoleum and maybe Ancient, maybe Verticris Mausoleum and does the Dance of Rao and Mariga together later. I don't know. It could like push Pooh into that ceiling tree. But I'm not sure if that's the plan.
Maybe they
Pooh's
both are
now
thinking Legendary Ash Summon here for that row 4. Because that row 4 is kind of fast.
Not sure. I feel like Verticris is a good one, I would say, for V-Sweat because it works on his column 2 as well as a diagonal square, which is really nice. He did get the backhand blades. He didn't upgrade them yet. But also Pooh's still running around with his club.
Yeah, I don't know. This is yeah, okay, Vertigo's Discus coming out here from V-Sweat for sure. Going to Castle Ensis right now, doing the skip into Castle Ensis.
Feel like there's a lot possible on this board, and the players here focusing a lot also on prepping some stuff. Is V-Sweat going for a quit out?
Yeah, he's quitting out, so he drops the aggro from the knight, so you can just grab the imbued sword key and leave right away. Oh, looks like that Pooh might be thinking of the same exact thing now, looking at that Invertigrous Discus.
I hope not.
Oh.
No, seems good. Oh.
Graveset Plains, okay. Maybe getting some upgrades.
Did he pick up the Great Katana, or did he just get the backhand blades?
He just has the
he didn't
backhand
pick it up.
blades.
Yeah,
But he is
So
upgrading.
he's gonna... Okay.
So he's getting his weapon
Not
online.
bad.
The Sweat going to be activating that column 2 here with that Vertigrous Discus.
Which is really good. If Svet also gets legendary summon, then he's like a lot of threats. Diagonal, row 4, column 2.
Yeah, he'll be very, very powerful on the board for sure.
And if he's gonna focus then on the middle square, I can't believe the middle square with Black Knight is still open.
Oh,
Both
okay.
Players...
Okay, but if I'm thinking what Pooh is thinking here, he might go for Black Knight, but also statuses at the same time.
Yeah.
And go for a little bit of a double up.
Which is a good call. I haven't done that myself with backhand blades. I only know with the Grey Katana it's amazing. But seems like he's going for the backhand blades. No, he puts cold on it. Okay.
Okay,
And there's a Verticris from V-Sweat. Very nice. And I think he's going for the Ash now. But Pooh doesn't have any... he doesn't have any grease. Doesn't seem like he got rot or bleed.
He might have it in his pouch.
Oh.
I'm not sure, though. What is he?
Whoa.
He's thinking. Oh. Okay, he's
Oh.
pivoting. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he's thinking that Legendary Ash now is a problem.
No. And...
He's going for Great Katana.
Okay.
I don't know anymore.
I think he's unsure. It seems like he's unsure. Like, just from it... Now he's very unsure. He's porting back to Mothra. He's super unsure what to go for.
I think he's just messing with me. He wants me to say, oh, I'll pivot. Oh, a pivot! Oh my god, another pivot!
Oh, he's going for the Legendary Ash. That's a good call.
Great call. Great call.
He saw it. Very nice. See, that's amazing. I think Pooh is a little bit ahead of himself and is like doubting himself very quickly on the decisions, and that's the back and forth. But this is a good call. Please don't pivot over that. Just go for that now.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It would be a nice block for row 4 and that diagonal. You might be losing out on 3 statuses, but I think going for this is not the worst idea.
But just got all the greases he needs, and he is going for that Black Knight.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very interesting.
That is probably not the easiest at the very beginning. The Black Knight Edred with the Twin Blade. It's easy to stagger, but like with Backhand Blades, I don't know how this goes. He has 33 decks. It's gonna deal a lot of damage here. Equips now the Grease and starts with Rod. See how this goes?
Hopefully it doesn't deal too much damage. I've had that problem, sadly.
About you.
Where
with these talismans, right?
Yeah, the talismans, but also just like upgrading the... He might have too much damage. Okay, there's the rod already.
There's the rod.
Okay.
Holy, there was 3 jumping R2s. Is it because it's 2 weapons? It's like double?
Yeah,
Is that how it works?
That's why Backhand Blades is fantastic because it's the same with like the curved swords, you know?
Yeah. Stagger again. Waits. Oh my god, he does deal a lot of damage, but the bleed proc should be there soon.
Bleed Grease is a little hard to kind of proc sometimes because it has really low buildup.
Was that bleed?
That's bleed right now that he's going for. He already did go for the rot, but yeah, this is bleed right now and his...
No, I know, but it looked like for a second he already did the bleed proc, but I'm not sure.
No, there's no bleed
Okay.
yet. There it is.
There it is. There it is. And now Ice. Oh, he actually did a lot of damage. The rod is ticking.
That's what I mean. It gets a little scary. Oh, Backhand Blade. Oh, Black Knight now for Pooh as well now, actually. A little bit of a race here.
Just going for our ones here. Getting very close here.
There's the Frost proc. Oh, no. Wow.
Whoa, that was so close. And gets both. And Pooh gets sniped on it.
Wow.
It's an Ash of War, too.
Pooh's running out.
I'll show it just in case they didn't see it.
Really good play here from Sweat. Now he has to go for Legendary Ash. But luckily, Pooh, I think, grabbed the Grace right before the Legendary Ash, so he should be ahead now. I think Sweat might be going for Bonnie, or is he going for Legendary?
Oh. No, he's going for Mother. He's going for Bonnie and the Church District, potentially.
No, he's...
There is 3
There's like
DLC
really
Ash
no
of War.
to
It's
go
very early, Squares.
No, he's turning around. He's turning around. He's going for Legendary now.
Oh, that might be a snipe from Pooh then, because Pooh is all. No.
Yeah, no, Pooh's on the way.
it.
Pooh's on the way. This is on the way to the forge.
Yeah, but like these
I
were
gotta
past it
remember to
again.
infuse.
Oh.
I forgot to buy the freaking wet blade.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on here?
way to
It's a
ruin
back
it.
and forth from both players, dude.
Ashes on the board,
That's so funny.
Sacks on the board.
Does maybe Sweat forgot where it was?
No, he was definitely for sure running towards Omada and was looking at the board and was like maybe thinking, dude, I don't need Church District. I mean, there is Iris of Okute. Yeah, no, don't really need Church District for that, right?
Okay, I guess he's looking at maybe the other diagonal instead. He's looking at going for Hippo here for the incantation.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Not
With
a bad
Death
play at
Knight,
all.
Also hard to read the line, I have to say. That's a hard to read line because very late gameish squares. Pooh is now in the forge. Picks up the shield. Do we have throwing weapon? We have we have shield.
Oh, we have
have
shields.
shield.
Oh, nice.
Where he
Lucky
got
lamp.
that. Very nice.
Where are Lucky Lamp?
Gotta be careful here. We saw him a couple of times dying in that forge.
I think he's got it this time around. Yeah, Shadow Keep. This is going to be Hippo from Swed now. Interesting move.
Oh, no, just gets the grace. Maybe buys one more talisman or some tiers. Maybe the Thorny Crack tier for more consecutive damage here with the... Oh, Wet Blade. And Ritual Sword Talisman. Okay. Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
Decent. Goes here for the bleed. Very nice. Dude,
Is that
that
initial?
chain.
Yeah, I know. It can be like push you off or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here we go,
And
though.
Pooh-
Going to be a legendary Ash summon for Pooh. Going to be blocking.
He
Very,
hasn't
very
sold
nice
Katana
blocking
yet. I'm
corner
not
square
gonna
here
go
for
grab
Pooh.
it. I'd
I
be
think Ashes
fucking
of War being on the
flabbergasted if
board
he,
still is kind of crazy to me,
is
though.
sitting on that
I'm
side.
as
worried.
well.
He's using
Who's
it.
hovering over the wrong
I
square?
don't
Oh,
need to
thank God he
I don't need to worry about it.
saw it. And there's the block.
Very nice from Pooh. 4-1 right
Who's on
now.
the board?
What else is in
Very
row?
nice
Why
block.
is he in row?
Swed looking like
So
he might be
what
going
is
for
gonna
Great
go for
Katana
next?
now.
Catacombs are on the board.
Yeah, which is a good call. I mean, it's still up. Why not grabbing it, right?
Pooh making his way, it looks like, to Hippo. Shadow Keep.
Ah,
That also tells me that I probably sniped him
Is
on a
Hippo
couple
good right
things,
now? I
maybe,
mean, yeah,
and maybe
actually.
he is
It's
selling
money,
the Great
it's an
Katana.
incant
I'll let him
on
have
2
it. He wants to go
squares,
get it. It's a little
which is
out of my
acquire
way.
6 incantations and acquire both aspects.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
money.
But that's an interesting spot
Is there
on the
stuff in
board,
Ancient
dude.
Runes of
It's
Rao?
what I
No,
was
right?
expecting
No,
to
there's
be.
nothing I can see
Did I talk to...
besides the
I did.
ceiling tree,
I
of
did.
course. Nothing else.
Pooh grabbed the Skidoo and then quits out.
Hmm.
Because Moore's
Oh?
gonna be like, "Hey, yo, give this to Tolier."
Pillar Path Cross. Okay.
We're gonna be like, "Bet."
Maybe buys the
There's some stuff
perfume.
in
Swed
Bella
breaking
Bottom,
all of Moore's boxes. That is instant karma.
So just tell him to suck shit
I'm gonna
Yeah,
talk to him
remain sad.
now,
and then talk.
so
Broken.
he will remain sad forever.
Where?
Broken
Where?
forever?
Where? I've been lied to. Where?
Wait, why is
dude?
Sweat
Where?
being mad at him?
Unless I did.
I don't know.
What was his plan? What was Svet thinking? Does he want to get the shield?
Oh, he wants to get the shield, so he wants him to kill himself. So he's setting sad forever.
And why?
Oh, I didn't talk. to him.
Okay, is he
This might
buying
be
now
okay.
here the perfume?
He doesn't.
assume?
Oh, put floor sacks to sleep. That's why he
Oh.
wants the
If
concoction.
this is okay,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Good, good. Okay. All right, I see. Prepping that. Get the black syrup and then fucked up
Yeah,
and
he
locks himself out because he told him he's sad forever.
he locked himself out here because he broke the Great Rune, then went to Moore,
Yeah.
told him to be sad.
Yes.
And then went to Tiolier. He should have gone to Tiolier
Exactly.
first and then Moore.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
So yeah.
He is, for everyone watching, V-Sweat cannot obtain Florisex to sleep anymore. He's completely locked
him?
out of that square. So row 1, column 1, gone for a bingo line. Which is really sucks actually.
Yeah.
Since it's talking. But yeah, it can happen, of course. He's now focusing maybe on the other diagonal, which would be probably better anyways.
Just realized I had Sweat audio on this whole time, so people are gonna hear him yell.
Very slow
probably.
fight here.
Can he still get... Wait, but is not... Wait, can he then... Is then the shield... and is that there to pick up then?
Yeah, it's there to
Or-
pick up. He can grab the shield.
Okay, okay. So you could have at least get that then. Okay, that's not too bad though. At least the 3 shields is possible.
Nice
That's
stagger.
a quick hippo. With these talismans and the bleed on backhand blade, that is amazing. Awesome. Dude, that was so fast.
Very, very nice fight.
And you know, at Ancient Dragon Man, gets closer to what is there? There is Florisex to sleep, still open for Pooh. He can get access more better to Mariga and the perfume, the lightning perfume bottle. There is still Great Katana +0. Both players have a backhand blade ready. All they need to go is go there and then sell it.
yeah.
What the
Oh!
actual fuck?
A lot of damage. Pooh has to be careful here. Not to get stuck in a corner next to the pillars. Gets through the healing phase, though. Swed now past Hippo.
Goes down the elevator again? Oh, not that.
Oh, he's going for the Ash of War here. He's going for the Rolling
Rolling
Sparks
Sparks.
Ash of War on the hill.
Mhm. That's a good one. Can still get Savage Claw on the way to picking up the Great Katana.
Yeah, that too. Still hasn't done that yet. There's quite a few Ashes of War early on that he could have picked up besides Rolling Sparks. Savage Lion's Claw, Piercing Throw. Does have aspect of the Crucible Wings from that Black Knight that he kills. That's already an Ash of War as well. He's got quite a few different options here.
He's doing it. Savage Lion Claw into Grey Katana. Here it comes. Which is 2 squares. 4-1 for V-Spread right now. 2 more squares is then 6-1. Already.
Oh, Pooh!
No, the bite!
I was just about to say I hope he dodged that because he just ran back into it, and he does die to the bite here.
If you're close to the bite, you can just run around Dragon Man, even locked on very comfortably, and just strafe it that way. You don't even need to dodge.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, the best way to dodge it when you're already very close. And there's 3 DLC Ashes for V-Sweat, and he's now picking up the Grey Katana's probably gonna sell it. Honestly, if I would be Sweat, I would also just go for the Blood Fiend's arm at that point. Like, fuck it, why not?
Oh, looks like he's going to be grabbing, I believe, is there Gravebird on this?
No, it's not there. It's on the other side. It's the other way.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It was nighttime. I couldn't really tell where he was going.
He gets the grace maybe for the bird thing later, or is there's a talisman, but I don't think he needs it. Revered Ashes. Is he not one?
There is one, yes. There's quite a few Revered Ashes. Oh, we can bring up the handy dandy map real quick as we have the players currently running around. Pooh sadly does die to the Ancient Dragon Man one more time, but handy dandy map time. Here we go. Revered Ashes, chat. A little bit of pop quiz potentially. Where is Revered Ashes? Well, there's quite a few actually. There's one going to be right here in the Graveside Plains, right when you exit out. All right, next to that larval tier, there's a Revered Ash. Then you have another one that's going to be actually in these little crevices here at Teolier. There's going to be a little river section that gets you into Elac River. There's one underneath into that Elac River position. Then on top of that, we have another Revered Ash here in this town. You have 4 in Bellerot. 2 at the entrance, 1 on the pot guy, 1 on an altar, and then 1 actually, you have 5 actually in Bellerot, 1 after Dancing Lion. There's 5 there as well. So you got quite a few. You got another Revered Ash in Prospect Town. That's another one you can remember. So quite a few in the early game. If you want to get all of those, this should easily equal to level 5.
Yeah. And Svet is going to Shadowkeep and is not selling the Grey Katana.
Holding on to it. Playing a game of chicken. The reason why is here is he's making Pooh think that he's using the Great Katana.
Okay.
Nobody knows what the other person's using for a weapon. Both are maybe assuming, oh, the other person's using Great Katana, that's why it's not marked. You don't really know. In this case, for Sweat, if you really wanted to, already having the Great Katana, is go for incantations and hefty pots, sell the Blood Fiend, sell Great Katana, boom. Column 3, bingo.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like at the same time, if you in 25 minutes 4 squares ahead, you can just also just go for squares. You know what I mean? Just like roll it. But maybe that is. Oh no, he just sold it. Well, perfect. That's what I'm saying.
Here's something I'm a little confused by though: is that Pooh bought Lord of Blood's Exaltation, but has Frost on his backhand blades.
Oh.
Might be a little
bit of a misplay, maybe, or he forgot to change it since he bought it. Maybe it's also unsure right now where to go to. I think he was planning on maybe going for the Blood Fiend's arm, but he now thinks, maybe V-Spread is already going for it. Let me maybe go for hefty pots. There are 2 in Bonnie. He already picked 1 up in Scorched Runes, so then he would just need 2 more, which he could get in the Bonnie Jail, or are there 2? I think there's 2, right, in Bonnie Jail. There are 3 in the Bellerot Jail.
There are 3, yes. There are 3 in the Bellerot Jail, 2 Bonnie, and there's also
Bonnie,
1 or 2 in Bonnie Jail? I think it's...
That's what I just asked. Yeah, I think there are 2, but I'm not sure
you said
if it's
Bellerot.
No. I said both, but you were not listening.
Oh, sorry. I'm analyzing the board at the same time.
Yeah, and 1 is on the way to Romina. It's a bit later, but yeah. And Svet is now killing Ancient Dragon Man. Do we not have Dragon Hearts? Yeah, maybe maybe he's doing this play again he did last time. Magma Worm into Dragon Man.
Yep.
And yeah, Pooh is now here in Bonnie Village. Picked up the O Mother. I don't know if O Mother is really needed though. Do they need that for anything? No.
Not really.
Do not need it. No, there's nothing.
No.
There's.
But I
nothing.
mean, you're doing the skip anyways. You might as well just grab it, I guess, while you're there. You know.
Oh.
Magma Worm,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
coming out here from V-Swed. I believe for Pooh here, grabbing the DLC shields, I think is what he's eyeballing right now. He does have that first DLC shield from the Smith script in the Forge. Going to be going for that Carrion thrusting shield into the dueling shield. Those two shields. But beyond that, I'm not too sure what exactly you could be doing here. Incantations, potentially. There are quite a few incantations on the way to Romina. You have, Salsa with the rain of fire. You then also have the Divine Feathers. You got Pest Thread Spears. You got Romina herself. You got Mesmer with Mesmer Orb. You got quite a few things.
Of the Crucible.
Yeah, the aspect, of Miranda Blossom.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a lot. It's just a tough position already for Pooh again because he's definitely now in that defensive position where he needs to block, and it's not easy with these squares to block everything.
Yeah.
That middle square would have been. Oh God,
Swed
That's
kind of in
lot
a bad
lava.
position here, currently in magma, and also having this magma worm
Again?
constantly running. He just does not
Wow,
want to
this is
stop.
shit. Look at Svet's cam.
That was a tough corner to be in for sure. Versus that magma worm. Does get the bleed proc here though. Gonna go for some more
There
backhand
we
blade attacks,
go.
and there it is. One Dragon Heart. Gonna go straight now to Ancient Dragon Man. Pooh still on his way to Church District. Gonna be grabbing the shields and then maybe the incantations, the Crucible incantations.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if Svet gets the 2 Dragon Hearts, he only needs to block column 5 and is basically playing already for majority. He's now ahead with 5 squares, which is really a lot. It's looking good for Svet. Incans, Bloodfiend Arm. Could also just go for Mariga.
Yeah, I'm not
Honestly,
too sure.
Mariga and Mausoleum. Maybe
Yeah,
the dancing one and then the other, right? That would be good.
you could. Dancer sucks, but you could.
Yeah, Dancer's horrible. Literally worst ever.
Yeah. Pooh grabbing some money here, though. Unsung Heroes Rune. Going to be waiting out the Fire Knight. The Fire Knight, a little suspicious. Heard something. Did not move forward. Pooh going for some nice rolls. Going to get through the area. Going to go up the elevator. Going to go again for what I mentioned, those 2 thrusting shields to get those DLC shields. However, that will give away that he most likely is in Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
He's got to be careful.
Wonder if Svet gonna finish then the incantation or not.
Oh, there it is. Nice Ancient Dragon Mind fight here from...
He didn't equip the ritual sword the
Huh?
whole time. Yeah, Svet didn't have the ritual sword equipped the whole time.
Oh. Well.
That's funny.
Well. That's a him thing.
Yeah. All right. What? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the shields are not even a good square right now. I mean, he blocks row 2, column 5, but there's so many threats already from Svet. It's really difficult to have a plan there. He's going here for the first shield behind that Fire Knight. Very nice. Gotta be
Yep.
careful. Oh, this looks hop rolls. Nah, didn't work.
Sweat here going to be going for that Jagged Peak Direct now for a second Dragon Heart. The
Yep.
question here is though, is once he gets Dragon Hearts, Bloodfiend's arm next?
Bloodfiend's armed, or really just finish that Crucible, you know? He already has one, he just needs the other, just needs to go and pick it up. On the way, he can get a few more incantations. I personally think that's the best plan, because then he's on the safe side with, like, blocking all lines. I feel like if you're in position like this, you don't really need to go for lines as well. You can just pick whatever square, you know, works for you. And then go for majority.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Pooh's plan is. He picked up 2 shields. He's definitely in a Shadow Keep. He's now going back, maybe for the Flores Axe?
Is he? Yeah. Is he going for the Flores
Like-
Axe here? He's going for
No,
Prospect Town.
he's
Maybe
going for
he's
the
going for
Blood
Blood
Fiend.
Fiends.
Mm-hmm. And that would be a good block.
That would not be a bad idea. I do agree with that. Would be a very,
It's
very
an
nice
easy
idea, actually.
square, easy block. There's not just much more he can get out of it, unfortunately. There is a Reverend Ash, though, in Prospect Town, and there's a 2 hearts for V-Sweat. Very nice. Yeah, let's see what V-Sweat's gonna go for next.
Swed did mark that Dragonheart square a little too early because he marked it after killing the dragon, not actually getting the Dragonheart. But luckily, Pooh was not on it.
Yes. Which should be fine.
It's fine,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, since Pooh was not working on that square at all, he doesn't even have a single Dragon Heart. It is just a tiny mistake. Happens. And he's now going into Belurat.
Oh, shit. I just poured fucking coffee.
What just happened?
I just bumped my coffee cup. There's coffee everywhere.
You can go and grab a towel.
Yeah,
I
give me a
will
hot
take
second.
over
Yeah,
that
give me a
here.
hot second. Hold on.
Guys, if you don't want to spill your coffee just like Domo did, you should get yourself a Bingo Brawler mug or anything from the merch store. Because with those mugs, you're not going to spill any drop. You can be sure. We have now here B-Sweat 7-1. Pooh is here going Assassin's Creed Ezio Auditore style with a jump attack on that Blood Fiend. Has now 3 Blood Fiends on his ass. Gets the Frostproc, kills it. Still needs to pick up the thing here right now. Gotta be careful that he's not dying. There's the item. Picks it up. And uses Memory of Grace. Didn't work. Gets hit. Aggro's 3 more of the Blood Fiends. Get poked again and dies. Because there's just no room to pour it out. While Sweat is right now in Belurat. Maybe working towards those Revered Ashes. I don't understand why. I don't really know. I feel like he's just picking later squares. Where he's like...
All right, I'm back.
Not get sniped on, but I feel like he could just go for incantations and finish that off. I don't know. I'm not sure. But we will see here now in a second. Pooh is selling that Blood Fiend arm. He's already hovering over it. He's going now to Carly and he's going to sell it. There it is. 2 squares for Pooh. Block column 3, row 1. Let's see what he's going to go for next.
Okay, it looks like Swed currently, at Queeline. Going to be going for maybe for the Iris of Occultation. Not sure if you mentioned that already.
Potentially, yeah. I just said I'm not sure why, because he could just go for these incantations with the one in Ancient Runes of Rao. Since you already said there are so many incantations, he could just go there and pick them all up.
Yeah.
And also works on the diagonal, right? I mean, there is Death Knight and Perfume Bottles, but I mean, you already have Ancient Dragon Man. Might as well just go there and also kill Mariga, free square. I'm not sure. I feel like V-Sweat's just going right now for maybe for squares where he thinks Pooh doesn't need to go for.
I think Swed is genuinely just pushing for potential majority.
Yeah, that's why I'm like wondering why he's not going for these incantations, right? Because he still needs to block the column 5.
Well, the Revered Ash, I guess. That's why he picked up that Grace before. But yeah, I think he doesn't want it to be predictable, so he's not going for any lines. You know?
Maybe, yeah. He's going maybe here for the other revealed Ash in Morph Runes. I think he's aiming for that. Pooh still didn't complete the DLC shields, which is a little bit scary, honestly. I mean, there's enough time technically for Sweat to pick that all up, and he is going towards Route. Will he go for incantations?
That would be nice.
That would be cool if he gets the aspects as well. He still needs a golden hippo, but I mean, backhand blade, right? It's gonna.
That would be a nice little
mold
double
that.
up here for sure. He did miss a hefty pot here though, sadly, in the room. He
Oh,
didn't
did he
grab.
not pick it up?
He did not pick up that hefty pot. That's right on where the beds are.
Yeah, that's a free pickup right there.
Yeah, Sweat is definitely bulldozing those revered ashes now.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he's. I mean, it's 7-2 now. Sweat would need 6 more squares after the revealed ashes. 5 more. I have to say I like the sport though. It's not extremely complicated, as well as no super late game, you know, nothing you have to really prep for a lot. I feel like there was more like it's not a lot of killing, you know, like remembrance bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah, Pooh now
yeah.
at Ancient Rao. And yeah, Sweat also grabbing Oh Mother. I don't see a reason to grab Oh Mother here at all. There's really no reason at all.
I think it's the thing you
Just a
mentioned
habit.
with like might as well grab it, right? I think I mean, we have time to look at the board, right? While they playing, it's a bit difficult, and you really don't want to lose maybe a square because you didn't pick up Oh Mother because you thought you don't need it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they generally don't need it, but it's just like a few seconds,
Yeah.
I guess. Pooh's porting a lot back and forth. He went to Ancient Runes of Rao, but like it doesn't do there anything. So I'm not sure. Is he going for Golden Hippo? Is he maybe going for Golden Hippo and then back to Ancient Runes of Rao to finish the corner?
I think so. And I think that would be a really, really good play.
Yeah, that would be not bad. Afterwards, he could go for incantations.
That would be a really good play, actually, from Pooh. I think he should have done this earlier, to be honest, instead of pivoting out, like, after grabbing the Skidoo fragment. He then, like, left and quit out and ported.
Yeah.
But this is still a good idea, though, from Pooh. This would definitely get him back on the board.
Svet's gonna grab now the more shields and gonna kill the second time Quilline for later the occultation.
But this is not his third
Svet-
shield either.
Svet is prepping a lot of squares right now.
Yeah. Last square marked here from Swed is the Dragon Hearts, which was about 7 minutes ago now.
Yeah.
Pooh having the earliest square with Bloodfiend's arm. But the nice thing about selling Bloodfiend's arm, and this is something that I talked about with Pooh as well, is like when you sell Bloodfiend's arm this late, you're not giving away your position. You don't the player doesn't know like your map progression at that point. If you sell it at 35 minutes, you could have been everywhere already. So like selling Bloodfiend's arm really early on, you're like, oh, he's only been to Prospect Town. In this case, Swed doesn't know the map progression for Pooh, which is really, really good.
That's true. Pooh's now fighting the Golden Hippo, so he is doing that plan. He prepped Ancient Runes of Rao for the one aspect of the Crucible. Gets now the second here from Hippo. Just needs to log in and gets that Hippo kill. He did change the...
oh, nice.
He changed to Bleed, right? He got the Blood Excultation, so that's good. So he's going to deal a lot of damage. He's playing that very safe, which is not bad because Hippo is scary. And V-Sweat is now killing the Omen Killer here in Reprimand for the Occultation. Datch.
Good old dead Omen Killer. Yeah, he's going for the Occultation pretty quickly here. Killed both Quilines going back to Shadowkeep.
Did he not go Church District? Why did he not get the Grace?
I don't think he has. He's going to be doing a skip here, actually, I think.
Did we not see him go for Church, or am I is it from last match still in my head? Huh.
I have a feeling he might be going for a skip here, but I think he's also going for the dueling shield here now. He might be sniping away shields from Pooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely. Pooh already had two. I mean, he could have just grabbed the third. Not gonna lie. I mean, you just need to climb up the ladder and pick up the last. These were kind of lost. There you go. Now he just has to jump to the left, and then it's the item to the right. Don't fall down. Pooh half HP on Hippo. It's in second phase now. That's the dangerous phase. And there is. That's two. Oh,
Yep.
he didn't get the other.
Yeah, he needs to do the good old skip now, if he does do it. Pooh taking a lot of damage here from Hippo, and it looks like that Sweat is going to be going for that skip now.
That's a good skip.
It's gonna be
There's a way to
little
get up
careful.
here without turning the lever. And that way you have actually access to the part where you usually can only get to with... he's going to jump now over here. And it's basically where you would be if you would go the church district path.
Yep.
Almost. I mean, you still need to turn the lever and then do the jump around. Oh, Pooh gotta be very careful. No! Oh, and Pooh got poked.
Does die to the spinny porcupine move.
Golden Hippo is actually crazy.
Yeah, he took me a while to learn, too. He's got a lot of
he's-
damage.
With this bounty, is spend so much time on this boss and still difficult. Better remembrance boss than some others, not gonna lie, as well. Could be a better remembrance boss. Oh, and what was that? That was weird. Yeah, Pooh also got surprised by that. Thought he dodged it, but then Hippo just turned around with his head and grabbed him nonetheless. So V-Sweat now, it changed around with the lever, the whole middle part. And he's now gonna jump on a table up some shelves to jump over again on top of the middle part. And is then able to jump around the whole middle pillar thingy. Just needs to make sure that he's not destroying this table. And then, what is he doing?
He's trying to be careful here.
There you go. Now he's to jump over here.
Oh,
Didn't get
does
it.
miss it. Has to be careful.
If he breaks you, the table has some issues. Because then he can't get up. He could still use the books, but they break fast. Nope. He attacks too early. I think that's right now the nerves as well. Yep, there you go. Perfect. So he jumps now on this shelf, on the other jumps over here to this middle part and jumps around this pillar. Yippee! Landing here, and now he's actually where you would be if you go to the church district. It's going now to the right down the ladder.
Very nice.
Pooh half HP on Hippo. Still going strong.
I'm not sure if this is
Very-
faster, though, than going all the way around. This feels like just as long. No?
Once again, if the Hippo fight, so if you rush it, let's say you rush it, right? And your Hippo fight is I mean, okay, yeah, for church district, I think if you would have just went through Bonnie, would have been probably almost the same, if not faster.
There's 3 DLC shields, though. He has to mark it. There it is. There's the mark from Sweat now. 8-2 on the board.
And he's on majority.
Yep.
No more possible bingo for Pooh to get. V-Sweat literally just needs to get any 5 squares. And wins it. And Pooh unfortunately dies here very close on killing this Hippo. And once again, very difficult fight. It's just rough. Rough fight.
Tough position for sure to be in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sweat now going for that elevator. Going to go back to that back section Grace after he activates the elevator. He's allowed to port.
Don't get
Oh,
grabbed.
Grab
It's-
attack
he
again here from that
needs to just
hippo.
pass it.
Oh, and he
thinks
gets
like
he gets
oh
pushed
my god.
right in between the two weapon racks. That's
Oh, it gets
crazy.
spin, yeah. I think so. The thing is, when you go to Pooh goes like to the left and is kind of past the hippo, but the hippo does at the end like still a swing, so you need to go even further because the hippo does like at the end like somewhat like a jump grab, and seems like Pooh just turned off the camera. Be more focused. Sweat now going down the elevator to the church district and literally just needs to go around and go to Quilline, give him the occultation, and gets them the other square there in row 5.
Yeah. Yeah, row 5. I'm surprised that honestly that Sweat did not rush the row 5 because that row 5 was actually really decent, especially in his position. Going for those revered ashes wouldn't have been like the worst idea at all. He did lock himself on a floor
maybe
sex.
he has them. Maybe he just holds onto them. Yeah. He picked up a lot.
I don't think he has enough yet. He has to go to Ballarat most likely still.
I mean, he was in Ballarat.
All the way to Dancing Lion?
Not to Dancing Lion. I think he would still miss the one from the pot guy, I think. But he picked a lot of others up.
Pooh sadly dying to Hippo again here.
Mm-hmm. And
there's the Iris for V-Swed now,
very
92.
Nice. Is he now going to Ballarat? Maybe? No? Okay.
Okay.
Could still go for incantation. Top right corner. Could go for hefty pots. There's a lot possible.
I don't know because Swed now is going downstairs. He already killed Hippo.
Yeah.
This might be incantations now for Swed. Oh, the grab attack mid-range.
Oh,
okay.
he dodged it.
That was a mean position to be in.
That was crazy. I can't believe that Hippo's allowed to do that grab from that up close. It's ridiculous. Svet is now here picking up that hefty pot on the bat.
Yep. That
Pooh missed earlier. And is now on 3, 4? He's on 4 already. He just needs one more. He has to go actually into a jail to get that.
He grabbed the ones
5
from
rapid
Bonneville.
actions.
He grabbed Scorched Ruins and he grabbed this one. Right?
Yeah, you got the 2 from Bonnie, Scorched Runes, and this one, yeah. Yeah.
Is there one random one that's just kind of...
No, you need to go into jail.
Really?
I think so, yeah. Bonnie, Ballarat, and I think...
I can't think of another one.
I can't think of... The thing is, so Sved has 5 revered ashes. I think you need 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you do need 7.
So there would be technically the one, for example, in the pot in Ballarat. I mean, there's many more. I think he wasn't in Prospect Town. He could also just grab that one. He is going for the incantation here from Zalzar.
I was going to try and go for that gravity cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she is. She starts running after him. Get your hands off me.
Only thing that sucks here that he has to wait then for the elevator to come down again.
Unless she falls here.
Oh! Nothing happens.
Yeah, she did not. I really thought she was going to fall there. I'm not going to lie. She was like mid-attack animation.
Shit. It's fine though. Just get the aspect. You don't even need to go for 6 incantations. Just go for faster stuff, easier stuff. I mean, it is easy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's going to be grabbing, I think, the double Crucible incantation here now. I don't think Pooh killed Hippo. Currently pivoting now. Pivoting towards Mausoleums?
Maybe Red Bear Mausoleum?
Yeah,
yes.
I think he's doing Mausoleums here.
Yeah, there's nothing else on the board. I mean, he has also faster access here. If he gets a grace to the Death Knight, he can just jump down to the Catacomb. It's very close to the Catacomb. Yeah, he is going for the Red Bear. And... yeah.
There we go. Nice little tree jump here from Swed. Going to be dropping down here. Going to have closer access now to the burning ceiling tree in row 1, column 2. And then also be having really close access to the other aspect of the Crucible Incantation being the Miranda Blossom. He already got the kill on Hippo, which gives you the something thorns, something
Porcupine thornies.
as with the Crucible thorns, spikes, something. I don't fucking know. One of those ones. Red Bear here though for Pooh now. Oh, sorry, that is the wrong screen. There we go.
Oh yeah, aspect of the Crucible thorns. Just that. That's just thorns.
Oh, okay. Pog.
And there it is. Needs to mark. Needs to mark. Needs to mark.
There it is.
There it is. Corner.
10-2 now for Swed. Currently 8 square lead.
Yep.
Gets another Revered Ash on the way to Ramina, though, as well, by the way. There is a pot guy after this elevator that Swed's going to be going up to that's going to have a Revered Ash. That might be maybe the last one that he needs at this point.
I think he's still at 5. I think he didn't pick up any between. Just needs them one more.
Pooh's damage, sadly, not looking
There it
too
is.
great.
I mean, his damage is okay. It's just NPC bosses that are just horrible to attack.
Well, I think he hasn't
Horrible
really
bosses.
killed anything, though, either, so he hasn't had a lot of levels.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a little bit less HP than Sweat. But with the backhand blades, you really need to get these attacks out, right? To keep the damage up. And
Yeah.
there's the last Revered Ash for Sweat. He can now grab that. Has 7. Perfect.
This Red
Probably
Bear
gonna
is
pick up
being
this.
a big pest right now.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't give Pooh any space. It's very nerve-wracking. Oh, okay. Nice hit, though.
It's a scream.
Okay.
Goes way too far.
Gets out of the range, though. Did Red Bear already heal? I don't think he did.
I think not. There it
Oh,
is.
man.
Sweat now going here for he just picked up pest threats, so he's at least at 3 incantations.
And he dies to Red Bear there.
That sucks.
That's a rough one.
Gonna go in right away again. I feel like Sweat should be a little bit more how you say it? Oh, there it is. Very nice. What's the word? Now I'm missing the word.
Mm-hmm.
When you believe in yourself, what's the word?
What? Confidence?
When you believe in yourself. Yeah, you should be confident in his skill, and he could have just rushed a line. There were so many lines in his favor.
Yeah.
Just rushing a bingo line.
I agree. I'm not sure how many incants Swed
4.
currently has.
Yes, 4. He's gonna go now for heal from afar,
Yeah.
and then he can just jump down in more wounds. I don't know, the spirit one, I don't think he picked it up yet, so that would be then the 6th.
The Golden Arcs.
Yeah, golden arcs. Yeah.
Good old Golden Arcs.
There it is. Memory of Grace is 180,000 souls runes.
Oh, really? He just memory? Oh, my damn. Okay.
I mean, he doesn't need it anymore. Doesn't need it. He's at 11 squares. There's not a lot to fight anymore, and I mean, there's a bunch to fight actually, but nothing super crazy.
I think he's gonna do incants and then probably finish with hefty pots, is my guess.
Yeah, I could see that happen. I mean, he just needs one more. Nice setup here from Sweat. I like that.
Gets the Golden Arcs.
Wait, why was the chest? Is the chest always open?
No, I don't know. That was weird. Yeah, the chest was open.
Where was the chest open? Huh?
Maybe someone tried to take a peek. They're like, ooh.
Oh. ER tool. I'm just kidding.
Whatever adventure comes for this chest will see a good incantation. And then just leaves. Here we go.
Oh, good for Ilana.
Okay.
Well, why not?
12-2
Damage?
right now. Currently a 10-square lead for Swed. Going to be going for Rolana here. Yeah.
Yep, that would seal the whole thing up.
That would be his 13.
Pooh very close now, beating up that red bear. That is not really a red bear, but it's called red bear. And wow, that's more damage than I expected, actually. Wow. You just got one shot almost. And Pooh's back! Rough match, really rough match.
It's a tough one. It's like once you start like losing things left and right constantly, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I genuinely sometimes don't think people understand like how much it takes mentally to sometimes play bingo. It sounds silly, but genuinely there's a lot of either pressure, a lot of stress, execution. Yes. There's a lot that happens, and you're gonna have those moments. Like everyone has those moments.
Yeah, I can literally sing a song about that. I mean, I was planning playing myself, right? And dipped eventually out just simply because of stress. It's a lot on mentally and then in a competition like this, like Bingo Brawlers, on top of that, being on a spot makes it also really rough. So
oh, nice bleed proc.
Ooh, he just stand. Did you see that?
Wow. Yeah, that was.
Did you see that?
That was nice.
There's no way that was planned.
I don't know, but that worked out really nicely. Get some nice bleed procs
so
here
cool.
again. Should be getting one more bleed proc here very soon, and that should be the match then for V-Swed.
Oh! Roll and kill it. What is he doing? He just waited. He's playing with her.
I think he was worried that maybe there'll be like a super combo because she does do that sometimes.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Sven?
Oh, you gotta be careful here. There it is, super combo.
Yippee! Yippee! And GG! Sven with the majority win, 13-2. Waits here for the Legend Feld, and there's the square. Congrats! Wow. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Pooh got into this loop. Like, Pooh had a very good plan at the beginning, and then unfortunately fell into this loop again of like going back, forth, and into, once again, just dying over and over, unfortunately, on the bosses, which is really, really rough. Solid play from Sweat. He went here definitely on a very safe play, like very safe.
Yeah. Like I said, I think he went for a way more of like an unpredictable type of approach, where he just tried to make sure that he did not get tagged in any way, did not give away like his plans, not going for any lines, but just going for a majority as much as he could, trying to push those different squares and priorities. And it worked out for him. I don't think Pooh really knew what exactly Sweat was going for, because he wasn't really pushing anything specifically. He was just like, okay, I do a little bit of this, I do a little bit of that. And yeah, it worked out very, very well. Sadly, Pooh also having some incidences on some bosses definitely made it a little bit more difficult as well. Yeah, just overall, just a bit of a tough match here for Pooh in that regard. Definitely. But great execution on Sweat's part too. Let's go ahead and bring in Sweat here.
Yo!
Oh, I was like talking to Pooh, and then you guys dragged me in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
No, I was like, wait, what happened to Pooh? That's all good.
I can bring in Pooh right now as well. They're not to confuse him.
Yeah, bring him in. Get him in here. Yeah.
Yo, welcome in, Pooh. Sorry, I didn't know you guys were in a conversation. Welcome in, dude. Welcome in, man. Okay, so board looking like there was a lot of early game here, and you guys kind of playing a game with Chicken with the Great Katana. Kind kind of give me like a walkthrough here. Sweaty, if you want to, you can go first. On like what was thinking early game wise, both of you guys rushing Blessings of America, and then like thought process from there.
I went for Blessings because it's a square I've practiced a bit for good lines and decent timing, so I thought I could beat Pooh on it. And I've had so many games in practice end because I went for Black Knight 3 status effects at the start. So I just didn't. I was like, not today. I'm not doing that square today, starting out. I'm not doing it. I'm not throwing this game. I'm going to cut my losses, go for Blessings, and then if it's still on the board, come back to it, which it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, but early on, like kind of like you mentioned, I was just eluding Larry this game. Like I didn't kill anything. I was just running around doing objectives and grabbing stuff. Like I didn't like really kill much, you know? It was kind of an interesting board. Not much late game at all.
Yeah. There's definitely a lack of late game, very heavy mid game, for sure. But I mean, there's definitely some killing. I mean, there's Black Knight, there was Ancient Dragon Man, you know, there was a Magma Worm, Jagged Peak Drake.
I guess it didn't feel like meaningful fights. I guess like with the backhand blade set up, ADM's just he goes down. Obviously, Makar he goes down. He's a base game boss. But I guess there was a little fighting, but I guess I just meant more like remembrance and stuff like that, and like bigger fights. There just really wasn't any reason to do them at all.
For sure. Pooh, you as well. You know, like early game, going for Blessings of America, and like the plan afterwards and stuff.
Well, first of all, I was completely indecisive. I don't know why I did this, but I set up for Great Katana. Just like I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna use Great Katana. I didn't feel like it was in a particularly, like that square was in a particularly hard spot where it was going to do it. And then I was going to set up for the 3 status effects. And I don't know why, but I went and got backhand blades and didn't get Great Katana.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just was, and then everything just like, then I was like, just bad decisions, you know what I mean? So that was like a bad decision. And you get sniped, and then I'm like trying to, so then I have to block, you know what I mean? So then I'm like, so then I'm thinking like, all right, well, where can I make a sneaky line? I was like, how can I make a sneaky line? So after I realized like I'm cooked, I'm so stupid. I died to Dragon Man because I didn't put bleed on my freaking thing because I had bought Frost because it was just like such
Katana.
a dumb. I don't know why I did that.
And that's what's so unfortunate, man. Is
it was one of those games where as soon as I grabbed backhand blades and leveled it up, I would have, like, if we were playing practice, I would have just been like, hey, can we restart?
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
That's what I would have done.
And chat has to understand, like, the first 5-10 minutes of bingo is the whole, like, not the whole game, but it's
can't win.
Very important.
You can't win in the first 5 or 10 minutes, but you can absolutely lose a game of bingo.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that. You can't win in the first 5 to 10, but you can definitely lose in the first 5 to 10.
Absolutely lose a game of bingo. And I lost a game of bingo and in such a dumb, that was such a dumb way to do it. So anyway, after that, I thought, I'm looking at the board and I'm like, the only way I can win is, it makes sense for him to go kind of Dragon Man area in my mind. So why don't I try to get this column 5? But I'm gonna have to go sneaky on it. So I'm gonna have to get my ashes. I'm gonna have to set up frenzy somewhat. I'm gonna have to set up shields. Like I didn't want to get shields. Like I had 2 shields, but I didn't want to get it because I didn't want him to look over there. Because I wanted to at least get aspect, get my DLC. Then I would go do Furnace Golem bash. You know what I mean? And then race to frenzy was like my only thought process, my only chance at that point. But then, you know, like it was bad. I wasn't set up, so my backhand blades were just I just never made it happen. It was just bad decision. It was bad decision making in a week where I felt like I practiced really hard for decision making and then decided to make the worst amounts of them.
I think I made a lot of mistakes in the mid game too, even though the board played out how it did. I made a lot of errors. I locked myself out of 4 sacks.
You were fine. I didn't think you had any problems. I didn't think.
Well,
no.
I mean,
like I didn't Bloodfiend's arm just to get another one on the board because I was so embarrassed at that point.
No, I mean that's fair. I kind of wanted to ask Zoodle and Domo's opinion on like my mid game because I like hearing
Go
other
for a
people's
line.
opinion. Just go for the bingo, you think?
Finish the
So-
fucking line, man.
Just do a bingo. Just go
yeah,
for
just
it.
fucking go
Yeah.
send it, dude.
Just full
I think
send it.
having a bit
always
more
so-
confidence in
I'm
your
used to,
lines for
like-
sure. But
Yeah, and I feel like if I do that, I'm so used to practice where like no one lets that happen. Like Tom or Blanks are just so like so on the. But that's who I play with lately. Usually at late at night is Tom and Blanks, and they just won't let me push those lines usually. But
Mhm,
maybe you guys are right. Like I have to start thinking about it if it's there. Like because usually when I'm like in a position of winning, like or in a position of potentially winning, I like to like block and do like squares that like make
Yeah.
it so that you cannot make
Yeah.
a comeback instead of going for a bingo. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
no,
if that's
like-
like the right thing to do, but like
I did it myself for a long time until I had like I think 2 matches or so which I lost because of exactly that, because I didn't push for a line.
right,
That
that makes
made me
sense.
rather lose. But I feel like I feel like if you play with the information you have, you can definitely go for a safe line. Like
Right.
just for example, the roll 5, right? Or the diagonal even with the perfumes and Death Knight, since you had already Ancient Dragon Man done. I mean, of
Mhm.
course, you didn't get a lot of information on this match, but you can just go for it, because even if you lose the line, I mean, you still had so much progress on everything else that you're not
Yeah.
really losing a lot, right?
That's what I did. Is like I kind of feel like I just like set up a bunch of squares. Like I had 4 pots, like incants, revered ash, the whole. And like I don't know, like I feel like doing that's not smart in the mid game because then that's how you lose squares. But it did work out today. I just think I didn't play it right. I should have committed to more instead of like spreading it out.
yeah,
But
I
it
mean,
still worked.
I kind of explained like that strat though is not the worst idea either, because you can't really predict then what is happening next, because a lot of people do
Yeah,
push for
I know
lines.
that
So having kind of like this pivot back and forth, like, okay, I've got these, these different squares, I'm just going to block out everything, I think is also a strategy on its own, because then you're less predictable,
That's true. Yeah, and I mean, like, Pooh didn't give me anything to go on in terms of map because, like, all I had was Ash. All I knew is he was in Rao. That's it. Like, that's the only thing I knew.
Yeah.
And then he got Blood Fiend's Arm. So, like, I just was like, instead of like going into catacombs or whatever, maybe, or like grabbing perfume bottles, I was like, I don't know where he's at, what he's doing. I'm just gonna like spread out, like my.
Hey man, I
Squares,
wanted
I
I
guess.
wanted to give you. Trust me, I planned on giving you so many indicators of where I was at before the match. Man,
Yeah,
man,
man.
it just, it's today. This one hurt today. Just like I don't mind losing, but just yeah, that one was bad. I'm sorry. Like I want to say sorry to everyone that watched. Sorry to you guys that had to like to commentate that one, because like I'm better. I am better than that. I know, like I'm not.
You almost
probably
beat me
the
last
best player
night
from-
in practice. Like it was.
I would have beat him if
He
I
was
wasn't. If I didn't do it
dominating
stupid.
me. He
I-
literally was running me.
I've been
last night.
cooking. I've
He
been
has
cooking
been.
against everybody, and it
This
just
does not represent where he's at this game.
No,
Like,
no,
he, like,
100%.
literally.
Definitely not.
I think if
Literally
anyone
was
has
running me.
watched practice matches and knows that about
Yeah.
Pooh as well.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think if anything, you don't have to apologize either. By the way,
Hey, no. You know what? I'm apologizing to the viewership. The
Yeah, me too. I
JAMO
understand that. I'm the
Elden
same way,
Ring
yeah.
viewership out there, okay? For not bringing my A game. Today I brought my D- game at best, okay? So I'll do better one
Look,
day.
see it from that perspective.
I'm working
Last
so
week,
hard.
1 square. This week, 2 squares.
Shut up,
zero.
Zoodle. Shut up.
That's crazy.
upgrades, people, upgrades.
Dude, you know what's and I was
Holy.
like, yo, I'm never gonna have a worse game than last week. And I mean, to be fair, I could have banged out more squares here, like in this game, but I literally was just trying to, like, I was hoping he would just start going for like an easy 13. Like the pots, the nameless, and like leave that column 5 open, and then I could, because like after I was down so much, like after I was down 5-1, I was like, oh, this is rough. There's nothing else left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I so after that point, I'm literally was just trying to pray to God he gets so in his own head of just getting them up that I can, like 1, 2, 3, 4 real quick on him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What-
I mean,
what's hard to see on this board is that you did actually the right squares. Like the legendary Ash summon was a good one. You blocked
Yeah.
with that 2 lines through 2 threats at the beginning. We also pointed out that the play with prepping Ancient Ruins of Rao and then going for Hippo is also a really good play. That if of course was a bit rough with Hippo, but it was the idea was perfect.
Yeah.
It
What?
just came down to the execution, and it's a difficult boss, right?
Yeah, and again, that comes down to like me not setting up my backhand blades and not having everything set up correctly, and just like right from the beginning, I didn't put my physics wasn't right. You know, it just was.
Yeah,
Make it
and I know
nighttime
that
for the
feeling,
like a
man.
huge
thing.
factor.
It's huge. It's
Yeah.
the whole game at the start. If you like, I've done it so many times in practice games where I'll just go back in the comment, like, can we restart? I accidentally bought this. Like, there's no, like, you're gonna win. Like, it's like, well, not necessarily you're gonna win, but like, if I make a purchasing error at the start, it's like, let's restart, dude.
It's
Like,
not
this is gonna be
optimal.
rough.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah.
hard part. One of the really hard parts about bingo, and I'm sure literally everyone goes through it, is that because the way every game is set up so differently, you don't know, like you don't have the experience of that mistake until you make it. You can't like
Yeah.
listen to someone
Yep.
be like, oh, don't do this in this particular very specific situation, because every situation is so specific. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like
me
it
with
is
Force
one of
X
those.
today.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I thought I saw it and I was like, oh, I can get sneaky and sell the Great Katana, and I was like, but why? I set up for this. I set up for the 3 status effects. I don't even know why I went for Blessings America, other than I just thought I was getting fast, and then I screwed up the I fell off the gravestones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I fell off the gravestones, I should have just bailed.
I had a
and
clean run
pivoted.
there. Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
pretty
it
clean
was
run
so
to it.
I didn't even turn it nighttime, so I had to quit out.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It
that's
was
it
just
right
like,
there.
it
If
was
it's not
done.
nighttime on your first Marika, that's it. That's
I don't know
GG.
what I was doing. That was
you
just
could just
like,
pour it away. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's why like we did that a little bit of the board reading the other day, right? It's just to get those specific circumstances and like understandings of those situations too. It is tricky. It is a very tough thing of trying to understand different like setups and different approaches to boards, because everything is unique. Everything is so circumstantial. It's like, oh, this specific match you should have done this, but if you have the same circumstance having again on this board where maybe they're on different positions and your character's up differently, then you should have done that instead. And it's like those specific nuances are sometimes so crazy to just kind of pick up automatically. It takes a lot of practice for sure to really get through all those motions.
Yeah,
That's
like
another
I
thing
don't.
No,
Yeah,
you go.
I
Pooh.
would-
You go.
No, I didn't feel like I was like once I was down, I didn't feel like I was responding in the wrong way. Like I felt like doing the summon Ash, like, you know what I mean? That gives me some time, right? Like getting that one, that gives me some time. And then, you know, like I thought like the only way to win this match is column 5 at that point. So I didn't feel like I was like making the wrong decisions after that, but it was just like it was the right at the beginning. That was such a horrible, poor decision, and it threw everything I was doing off at that point, and I was just working from behind. And on a board where, like he said, like we're doing a lot of running around and just collecting things.
A lot of looting.
Which,
A lot of just.
which
grab
in
this, do this.
theory should have been a board I would have been great at.
Honestly, we were just talking about that before the game. It's like you're like the bosses, man, the bosses. But yeah, you're right. No bosses here.
Well, and you know what's funny? And yeah, you know, practice some great practice.
But hey,
It's
it's still,
coming, man.
you know, I'm going to say this, and Pooh, you can't correct me. Great match from both of you guys, okay?
I'll give you one Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, we do have Pooh versus ADF on Sunday, but I do appreciate both you guys playing today. You know, congrats to V-Sweat for getting his first victory on the leaderboard as well. Pooh, we'll see the same from you this Sunday as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. And thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate it, man.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Domo.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Chad,
man.
for
Thank you,
watching, and
Chad.
Zoodle,
Yeah,
thank you for
you.
commentating.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are
Appreciate it,
awesome.
Zoodle.
I
Thank
really
you,
love
course,
this.
Domo.
I love
Thank
this
you for
so
commenting.
much.
Yeah.
I love this so much. I want to do good so I can come back. Damn it.
Yeah,
I
I know.
wanna-
That's where
yeah.
I'm at, Pooh. Pooh and I are getting the boot next season, Chad. They're getting new, fresh meat in for next season.
Nah, man. Dude. I'm
We're
running
out,
my
bro.
way in. Yeah, I'm
We're
holding
out,
the.
dude.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna sneak my way in somehow.
I mean, here's the thing. I brought this up, I think, at the beginning of the day as well, where it's like people are sometimes complaining about like matches that are blowouts or whatever. And there's two things that I brought up. One being, if you watch any other sport blowouts happen regardless of the
That's a good
level.
point.
Blowouts always
point.
happen, and people are gonna be like, "Oh man, we just got stomped today." Like that's just it's a bad day. On top of that, another point that was brought up from actually a YouTube comment was, look at CBD on season 2. He only got 1 win. And yet now he's like doing insanely well. Like there is people that just like learn, and they learn a lot, and they get to grow over those different seasons. Like this is your first season. You got to give yourself time. You got to give yourself patience, and you're putting in the
JAMO, we
work.
just want back.
You know.
We
So,
just want to come back, Domo.
but you know what I'm saying? Like,
we'll be Team Mario next year. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Let's go.
2v2 Rando League DLC Team Mario.
gonna be
champ.
gonna be hype. Gonna be hype. But again, yeah. With that being said, though, guys, thank you for playing today, and
Thank you.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday, and we'll catch you guys soon. And best of luck. All right.
All right, thanks guys. 07 chat.
Bye.
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye bye.